So in today's episode, we've got a few things to discuss. Halle Bailey and DDG are not as good friends as they made us believe. The US elections last night, did you watch? Well, it was full of surprises. Well, actually, was it surprising? Not really. The results weren't that surprising. We kind of suspected it, but reality was revealed. We will dive into that shortly. Zoe Kravitz and Channing Tatum have splits. Why? We have a clue. Sean Diddy Combs celebrates his 55th birthday in jail. His kids call him to wish him a happy birthday, the cutest thing ever. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Pop Cute Culture. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you never miss any news in pop culture. So, starting with Halle Bailey and DDG. Well, remember Halle Bailey and DDG dated for about less than 3 years or so, something like that. They broke up. They have a son together. His name is Halle, and they are sharing custody right now. It seems like everything is going well. DDG is assuming his father role, his daddy role accordingly, and it doesn't seem to be a problem so far until today. So Halle Bailey is out of town, and when she's out of town, we believe she leaves the kid with DDG, the father. Seems normal, except DDG will not stop working whether he has a son or not. So DDG's son for him is an accessory, literally. DDG will carry his son anywhere, any place, put him in a top bag, put him in wherever he could put the son in, he will carry his son just like an accessory, literally. This time around, DDG actually took his son to Kai Cenat streaming. If you know Kai Cenat, he's a YouTuber, streamer. He actually, hosts his show at his house, and he invites stars, celebrities, or well-known people that come and they play video games. They talk to his community, they cook, things like that. And so DDG was a guest on Kai Cenat streaming live with his son. And Kai Cenat, when you go to Kai Cenat, people smoke over there. There's probably girls doing adult things, and it's not a place that is appropriate for a kid to be at. And Halle Bailey did see that that her son was at Kai Cenat, and she was not with it. She was not with it. So she tweeted the following to make it known that she is not okay with her son being at an adult place without her, because as a mother, she will never, ever tolerate that her son be in such a place. No offense to Kai Cenat, it's just not appropriate for a kid. And so Halle Bailey tweeted the following: "Hi everyone, just so you know, I am out of town and I don't approve of my baby being on a stream tonight. I wasn't told or notified, and I am extremely upset to have my baby in front of millions of people. I am his mother and protector, and saddened that I wasn't notified, especially when I am out of town." End quote. She is right. Let us know what you think about that, friends. So moving on to Sean Diddy Combs. So Sean Diddy Combs celebrated his 55th birthday in jail. It seems like he was in good spirit. His kids actually called him, and they recorded it and posted it on his social media. Take a listen.
Happy birthday to Daddy.
Yay!
The cutest thing ever was the daughter, the 1-year-old daughter. She'll probably be 2 years by now, but she's a toddler and she is the cutest thing ever. So as they all wished Diddy happy birthday, and there was a cake on the table, and there was one candle on it, and the toddler had to blow it out. And as she blew it out successfully, she literally just put her face in the cake, eating it, not with her hands, not with a fork, not with a spoon, right with her mouth. She was digging in. It was the cutest thing ever. So it also looks like Christian Combs, the one of the sons that actually looks just exactly like Diddy. He announced that he will be posting more and more on his father's page to kind of bring people back to, you know, memory lanes and things that actually that his father did, or things that he's influenced, maybe music that he's produced, things that we've never seen, who knows, to kind of, we think the strategy here is to really make people re-fall in love with Diddy and who he is as a person, preparing, the road for the court date that will take place on May 5th, 2025. That will be the very first court date of Diddy, where we will be seeing and hearing a whole lot more. So yeah, I mean, he's people can say whatever they want about Diddy, but he seems to be a great father, and his kids seem to be very happy and they love him so much. So kudos to his work as a father. That is to be commended for sure. So Zoe Kravitz and Channing Tatum, they've actually split. We're not going to spend too much time on this story just because why are they splitting? They look so beautiful together. And this is why two beautiful people together oftentimes doesn't work, because it's too beautiful together. Why didn't it work? We kind of have an idea, but all this is alleged, obviously. It seems like maybe money is low on Channing Tatum's part. Maybe bottom line, he hasn't been really getting enough roles like that. And maybe, just maybe, allegedly, Zoe Kravitz has been, kind of supporting the relationship, and maybe she's fed up of it, or she feels like she's being used as a bank. Who knows? We think that's really what, may have happened in the couple, allegedly. But, we're really, well, we don't care much about this couple, but we're saddened by it because they're so beautiful together. They would have been, they could have worked it out, stick together and, just make it work. It's stuff out here, for single ladies and stuff. So, yeah, maybe, who knows? Zoe Kravitz is a beautiful girl. She will definitely find somebody else for sure. We have no doubt about that. So, well, good for them, and we wish them well separately or together should they decide to come back together. So now moving on to the election, the US elections, guys, woke up this morning and a lot of people were really, really sad about the results. So unless you've been living under a rock, Trump won the elections. Yes, he won. People like to call him as the orange man, so we're just going to use it loosely. We mean nothing by that, and it's not being racist or anything. But Trump won the elections. And honestly, people could say whatever they want about this guy. Not that we support Trump or Harris or none of it. Like, we have no parts in anything. But Trump is definitely a fighter. If there's something that we could commend in this race, it's his fighting abilities. Trump was, remember, he's a felon, hiring prostitutes and paying them using non-personal funds, allegedly. He has some pending cases too. Like, it's not all over yet, but he's been allowed to actually present himself as a candidate and being elected as a president. So he's definitely a first for a lot of people. Definitely setting the example for other people that will find themselves in the same situations as him, as a felon and whatnot, and But let's talk about the elections itself. It seems like he really, really fought hard, in the sense that he actually won the heart of the deep, deep, deep core of America, which is the blue collars, literally. Michigan voted for Trump. What do you think they voted for Trump? Michigan is known as the automobile state for a very long time. It hasn't been as such. A lot of people have seen themselves, out of job, no money to survive. They're working, tough jobs and like factory jobs, Amazon or whatnot. People would love to go back to those glorious days where they were making good money, working for a company that they love. And so, yeah, Michigan voted for Trump. PA, Pennsylvania, they voted for Trump. Again, blue collar, heavy. And we think Kamala Harris did not win the election because she forgot about her core, the deep core of the United States. That whole debate about immigrants and immigration, that's not cutting it because those immigrants are not even capable of voting for you just yet. Those brand new immigrants, they don't have the citizenship to vote for you. It's a lost cause. You have to cater to those that have their citizenship to vote for you. Those are the ones you should be focusing on. And it seems like she forgot about those blue collars, which is the core of America. And, there's also the fact that Biden did not really help Kamala Harris like that with that comment, that last comment he made, like maybe what, like 2 or 3 days in the race, where Biden said something about, Trump being a garbage. And Trump, as you know him, he ran with it. He came to a rally. He showed up in a garbage truck, and that even pleased his camp even more. Insane. So, take a listen. We're not gonna mumble as much, but take a listen to Trump's some snippet of Trump's victory speech.
Go there. Look what happened. Is this crazy? Incredible movement. This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country, and maybe beyond. And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy? We are now winning in Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, and Alaska, which would result in us carrying at least 315 electoral votes. But it's much easier doing what the networks did or whoever called it, because there was no other path. There was no other path to victory. We also have won the popular vote. That was great. Very proud of that. Thank you.
He wants America to be literally great again. Because it's true that America is falling behind China, behind a lot of nations. And America must be first because that's the way it is. Oh, before you take a listen to Kamala's, speech, you have to understand that yesterday we watched the election night, and then we fell asleep, and then we watched it again later, like around like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. Kamala, when she lost, she did not concede. She did not come in front of the people of HU, Howard University, and spoken. And people are joking about the fact that she went to bed. Was she that disappointed that she didn't win? That's why she didn't show up to even say hi, bye to the crowd. The crowd that came there specifically just to see her win, to see her fight for them, for their rights, And we thought that was a bad taste. That was a truly bad taste. Kamala could have come up and said, "Listen, I'm gonna make you brief, but I will make a lengthier speech the next day. But thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for everything you've done. blah blah blah, thank you to the team, blah blah blah, whatever whatever whatever, and speak some positivity and acknowledge also, and kind of wish Donald Trump's give him a congratulations, to show that, well, you're not a sore loser. But instead, Kamala Harris showed that she was a sore loser. Sorry to say that, but yeah, she should have said something and not left people hanging, and only addressed the people, the good people of America, the ones that voted for her, only the next day. They deserve better than that. So take a listen to Kamala's, speech, just bits and pieces of it.
Our family, I love you so very much. To President Biden and Dr. Biden, thank you for your faith and support. To Governor Walz and the Walz family, I know your service to our nation will continue. And to my extraordinary team, to the volunteers who gave so much of themselves, to the poll workers and the local election officials, I thank you all. Look, I am so proud of the race we ran and the way we ran it. Over the 107 days of this campaign, we have been intentional about building community and building coalitions, bringing people together from every walk of life and background, united by love of country with enthusiasm and joy in our fight for America's future. And we did it with the knowledge that we all have so much more in common than what separates us. Now, I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it. But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power. A fundamental principle of American democracy is that when we lose an election, we accept the results. That principle, as much as any other, distinguishes democracy from monarchy or tyranny. And anyone who seeks the public trust must honor it. At the same time, in our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States. And loyalty to our conscience and to our God. My allegiance to all three is why I am here to say, while I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign.
Well, you heard Kamala Harris conceding speech. It is well written, to be honest with you. And she definitely touched on a lot of things. And the aspect of fighting, which is something that Trump has carried forward brilliantly, is definitely important in this case, because a lot of people are distraught because of the results of the elections. A lot of people are in a limbo right now in the United States. Some immigrants are in a precarious status situation. And so to everyone, it is very important. Anytime you feel weak, anytime you feel in a moment of despair, we think it might help to go back to Kamala Harris' speech, conceding speech, because in it she definitely empowers people. She definitely gives a sprinkle of hope to people to not be desperate, to not really give up, to really fight and carry on and be the light basically in the dark, is her message, which is, it's a great advice, because there's nothing any citizen can do. The results are what the results are, and from now on, we can only work with it. But how do you work with it is basically what she's trying to say. Be the light. So help create a better situation within the country as much as you can, however you can. In anybody that's in power should definitely be able to do that as well if they care about the Constitution. As a lawyer, obviously, Harris really only speaks on the law, and she did remind people that their allegiance shouldn't be to a person, and it is true. Even it's not a question of being Democrat, it's not a question of being Republican. Every citizen's allegiance should be to the country first, and the country is founded on the Constitution, and the Constitution comes first. And also God, because America was built with God in mind, hence in God we trust. So we really like Kamala's speech. What we would have liked is for her to have said something last night and not have waited till today before she'd said something. Beside that, brilliant conceding speech, very inspiring, definitely gives hope to people. And to anyone watching this episode, please don't feel triggered. Just take it for what it is. Take time off, maybe breathe in, breathe out. There's nothing one can do right now. All we can do is, work with what, the results are. And in 4 years' time, we can go back to the polls and elect someone else that actually meets our needs. Let us know what you think about all this in the comment below. Was the results of the elections what you expected? What did you think about Donald Trump's speech? What did you think about Kamala Harris' speech? We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode. Until then, take care of yourself. Bye for now.